So what we're going to crack into here is a meditative exercise that I do during my Transformation Mastery live events, which really helps you identify what is authentic to you. Okay, and what I'm going to ask you to do here is lie down on the floor, close your eyes as you listen to this, and we're going to get a little dark, and I'm going to ask you to imagine you're dead. Imagine right now everything just ended. You're dead. And from that perspective, I'm going to make you reflect back on your life. And the key here is that now that you're dead, there's nowhere you need to be. There's nothing you need to do. There's no longer this running away from, running towards. You're dead. It's over. Reflect back, and you'll be surprised by what comes to the surface. And it's going to be much more authentic than just thinking about your life right now. Okay, because you're closer to that, there's nothing you need to do. There's no longer anything running you. It's no longer in reaction. And you can bring your awareness to, let's just say, different regrets, things you feel guilty about. And as I said, most likely you will be surprised by what comes up. But you can also widen it and bring your awareness to the person you were. Now that you're dead, reflecting back on the person you were, are you happy with that person? Or would you have wanted to be someone else? Are you happy with the front you put on? It'll quickly bring that front to the surface. Did the things you care about really matter in the end? And that too is crazy. Here you might think this really matters, this one thing. And viewing it from a perspective that, you're dead, you realize it didn't matter at all. I really care what this one person thinks. It doesn't matter. In terms of your purpose, your legacy, the impact you had on the world. Is it what you're doing? Is it different? Okay, just really brings this stuff to your awareness. And what I recommend doing here too is at the end, writing down what came up. Okay, whatever it is, write it down while it's at the forefront of your mind, and enjoy. Imagine right now, you just died. Right now, you're dead. Really picture it, you're dead. All those fears, all those worries, doesn't really matter anymore. It's over. All those goals you were thinking, I need to really make it, it's too late. You're dead. There's nowhere to go. Nothing more to accomplish, nothing more to achieve. The world keeps on going, and it's done for you. Bring some awareness to the sensations inside, whatever arises when you think about being dead right now. Is it a relief? Is there anxiety? Is there anger? Simply breathe into it and be aware of the different sensations that arise. Reflect back on your life. Was it a good life? Did you make the most out of your time here? Do you have any regrets? Right now you're dead. What are some of the biggest regrets? There's one thing you would have changed. Whether it's jumping at an opportunity, saying something to someone you wish you had said, forgiving someone you wish you would have forgiven. Maybe being a little bit more of who you are. What mattered the most in life? What was some of the stuff that you realize now that you're dead didn't really matter that much? Maybe putting on a certain front, caring so much about the opinions of people where now in the end, now that you're dead, now that you're gone, it wasn't that big of a deal. Would people miss you now that you're dead? What would people say about you? Would you have an impact on their lives or not? How many people would come to your funeral? How many people would care? Who would you really want to come to your funeral? How would you like to be remembered? And just keep breathing into the sensations and really picture it. What would you change in your life? Be it your job, your friendships, the excuses you would make for yourself. What would your parents say or do? How would they feel about you being gone? What would be the biggest thing you wish you could have said to them or told them before leaving? If you could just come back and just tell them one thing, what would it be? Think of all the grudges you hold right now. The people who did you wrong. The people who fucked you over. How do you feel about them now that you're dead? Did all of them matter as much as you thought they mattered while you were alive? Was all of that energy being mad about them, angry at what they did, angry at what they didn't do? Was it worth it? What are some of your biggest fuck-ups? The things you just wish you really did or didn't do. And just keep being aware of the different sensations. What impact did you have on the people close to you? What impact did you have on the world? Did you have a positive impact, a negative impact, or no impact at all? Did you leave any kind of mark? Did you wish you could have left a bigger mark or another mark? What is your legacy? And if you don't have a legacy, what sensations arise? And just keep breathing into the sensations. Looking at it from this angle of imagining and visualizing your death really takes the need out of everything, and it moves you towards a more authentic way of auditing who you are in your life. Because now there's no one to impress anymore. There's nowhere you need to go. There's nothing you need to do. It's over. Just keep being aware of whatever comes up. The sensations of you. Visualizing again, life's over, you're dead. We're going to build on this a bit, and I want you to, still remembering this and still being aware of the sensations, imagine you had a second chance. A chance to come back. A chance to change things. A chance to do things differently. Whatever regrets, you can now come back and there is another chance. What would you do differently? Who would you be? Who would you forgive? And really visualize that you can come back. Imagine coming back to life. How would it be different? Would you appreciate life more? Would you be grateful? Or would you be sad to come back to life? Did you feel more relieved being dead and having everything over, or coming back alive right now? What would you tell your parents now that you're back alive? What would you tell your closest friends? What would you say or do or be to change the impact you had on the people around you or on the world? Would you keep caring so much about those things that when you were dead didn't matter? Or would you stop letting that define you, confine you, and dictate who you are? Keep breathing into the sensations. Another 20 or 30 seconds. Coming back to life, what would be different? What would be the type of life you would live so that when it is all over, you feel fulfilled? You feel happy? For you. Not for anyone else, for you. What would make this a great life? We're going to slowly get ready to come back. Just quickly do a little recap of what came up during this time. The sensations, the emotions, the thoughts. And again, imagine you're back to life. What would you do differently? Keep that with you. Take it with you. A few more deep breaths. Start bringing your awareness back to your feet. You can start moving your feet a little bit. Back to your legs, your stomach, your chest, your arms, your hands, the back of your head, the top of your head, your face, the seminar room around you, the floor beneath you. And slowly get ready to come back. You're now alive again. You're now back. And gently open your eyes on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Still take a couple breaths. Slowly shake it out. There's no rush to come back fast. Stretch it out if you need to. And then when you're ready, you can slowly sit up and take your time and get back to your seats. When you sit down, just write down some of the big things that came up. Write down the goals. Write down the sensations. Write down the regrets. Write down what you would say or do differently. While it's at the forefront of your mind, before you forget, before you get dragged back down, or back into the cycle of reactivity. Write it down and take it with you. What would you tell the people closest to you? Who would you be? What would you care about? What really mattered? What held you back the most up until now, and you realized it wasn't even that important? What have you been chasing up until now, and you realized that didn't really matter? It wasn't something that was necessarily authentic to you. You thought you cared, but now that you're dead, you realize you didn't. What are some of the things you'd change? The impact you leave behind? What would make life, or being you, 100% worth it?